WDAY presents.
Inside of the Fargo Dome, we wrap up Minnesota Section Football with the Section 8A Championship here on WDAY Extra. Sam Getzinger and Craig Anderson with you. It's the nightcap. The 1 seed, the undefeated Barnesville Trojans, will come to their second home and welcome in a newcomer. The 3 seed, the Crookston Pirates, 5-5 on the year. Craig, it's going to be a hard one for Crookston to pull out here in this now powerhouse in Minnesota, in Barnesville.
Yeah, you know, we always talked about programs, and Brian Strand over there in Barnesville comes from a football background. His dad is a Hall of Fame coach in Minnesota, and he's followed that tradition and has built a program that not only do his kids believe in, but the town does too. So it's really a workable situation, and now Crookston gets to go in, and I know Crookston's already played them one time. They've got some players over there that are pretty good, and there's a reason why they're here, because you take a look at it, Bull, he's a really good. Labarski, the coach's kid, he's a good player, so they're going to have to be right on their toes to have an opportunity to take Barnesville down, and we'll have to see if they can do that.
The 8-2A championship, Barnesville won in the semifinals 57-0 over Frazee. They had to bye the first round. Crookston, 43-8 win over War Road. They followed that up with a 27-12 win over the 2-seed Pelican Rapids. We'll get set up for the championship game inside of the Fargo Dome in just a matter of moments. But we'll step aside when we come back. Kickoff between Barnesville and Crookston coming your way next on WDAY Extra. Time for the Section 8AA championship here on WDAY Extra. Barnesville will get the football first as Jake Erickson awaits to kick this one away for Crookston. Cinderella season for the Crookston Pirates. They went 1-5 in 2020, 3-5 in 2019, 2-6 in 2018. Had a good year in 2017, 6-2. But they've battled back, have 500 record, and now they have a tough test before they can go to the state tournament.
Nate Labarski, good coach. He comes from a football background up in Argyle, so he knows what it takes to win Argyle for many years. Stephen Argyle had some great years up there.
Booming kick right into the arms of Bredman, and he falls down at the 5-yard line. Braden Bredman.
Great tackle by the turf.
Seen that a couple of times today throughout the 5 games we've had inside of the Fargo Dome. Well, now Barnesville will need to travel 95 yards on their opening possession, and that's something they can do with ease.
If you haven't watched Barnesville, Barnesville's going to run a dead tee. It's wing tee, wing information, where they're going to pull guards and tackles and run quick hitters. They do a great job faking the ball. Linebackers got to read the keys, don't read the running backs.
Quarterback Zach Bredman under center for the first time. He'll hand it off over to his brother Braden Bredman with his first touch of the game. First successful touch, I should say. Kickoff return wasn't a great
looked like they're running a sweep to the left and ran an inside counter play, and Bull, the inside linebacker, made a nice play, making that play so very minimal yards in that play.
Pick up a 4, and if you can hold Barnesville to 4 yards on a carry, that's pretty solid. With the way this offense runs, they average about 7.5 yards a carry. Right up the gut. First carry for John Roller. Fumble on the ground. It might be picked up by Crookston.
It did.
That's a Pirate football. Hunter Knudsen with the ball in his hands. What a start to the section final here for 8AA.
Well, Crookston was looking for a start that they wanted. There's the right start right away. So great field position.
Well, they have the ball on the Barnesville 12-yard line for their first possession of the game. Jack Duda and Ethan Bull in the shotgun. Looking to throw. Open receiver. Carter Couette. Muscled down at the 11. Good defense there on the coverage from Connor Lokes.
At the 10-yard line. Stop made there by number 40.
Pickup of 2 yards. Make it 2nd and 8 on the opening drive for Crookston.
Great job by Lokes. Came from the inside and made a play and actually held him just to 2 yards, but looked like he was going to get more and stopped him.
Crookston knocked off the 2-seed Pelican Rapids in the semifinals on the road, 27-12. Now on their second play from scrimmage, a toss out to Bull, trying to find the edge, leaped over some defenders. His helmet came off, or somebody's helmet came off. That was Lokes, so he'll have to sit out, but a good pickup to keep the play alive.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to hold him down there. He just jumped over the top of him, so Bull, he's pretty athletic.
Bull, a near 1,000-yard rusher. 14 touchdowns this season. Now 3rd and 6 from the Trojan 8-yard line. Empty set here for Duda. They look to keep it, and he's brought down in the backfield. That Trojan defense sniffed it out the entire way. Austin Bolgreen helping out with the sack.
Number 4 on the carry. Stopped by number 34, Peyton Amundsen.
Yeah, good stop there by the Trojans and held them from getting in the end zone. Now they got to try a field goal.
This field goal attempt coming from Jake Erickson. .25-yard attempt. Good leg behind it, and it's good. Crookston's got the early lead.
Good. Number 11, Jake Erickson on that kick.
All ties back to that fumble on the opening drive for Barnesville.
Your score, Pirates 3, Trojans 0.
Not the start that Barnesville wanted, but the start that Crookston wanted. So see if Crookston keep going.
Tough kickoff return, left to a tough opening drive, and see how long Crookston can ride on this momentum here. Barnesville will have a chance to get the football back here. These two teams have met earlier in the season. That was a 24-0 win for Barnesville. One of the 5 shutouts that the Barnesville defense has had this season. Won't get a shutout here in the section championship game.
Number 11, Jake Erickson on the kickoff.
Erickson will kick this one away for the second time. Braden Bredman and Ethan Larson back deep to receive.
Ethan Larson, 45. Braden Redmond, 20. Deep for the return.
Just 3 minutes off the clock in the opening quarter. Larson will let this one touch in the end zone, so they'll get the ball up at the 20-yard line.
That ball goes in the end zone. High school football, it comes out to the 20, so actually better field position than the Trojans started with, so I'm sure they'll come right back and do what they do best.
Haven't got a good sample size of it yet in this first quarter.
Out to the 20. 1st and 10, Trojans.
Zach Bredman leading this offense. Head coach Brian Strand. 18th season coach in football. 1st and 10. Up the middle. Wide open gain. Good answer here by the Trojans. It's John Roller. Takes it across midfield.
Again, tough to read that. All that is just an inside A-gap trap where they pull the left guard and he comes over and traps the tackle in there, and it's tough to see because the quarterback is going to rotate and hand the ball off, and it looks like you're running power to the strong side. So
Now 1st and 10 from the 47. The option here, good hold by Bredman. He'll pitch it off for Dawson Gregg, first carry of the game. Tripped up near the 36-yard line.
Dawson Gregg stopped by 38.
Something a little bit different outside of that dead tee
39-yard line.
formation. They just came straight down on an option, and he pitched the ball to Gregg, and he made a nice carry for 8 yards.
How often do you see an option where the quarterback just stands still, lets the play around him develop, and then pitches it off?
Well, I think it was designed for him to pitch, so he's just trying to draw people to him to get it to the perimeter.
Pickup of 8 yards by Dawson Gregg, 2nd and 2. Keeper for Bredman. Gets the first down and a couple more.
Faked that inside trap. This time he kept it and got a first down.
Number 2, George Whitman, number 5.
What's fun about this offense is that everybody on the field in purple is getting involved in every single play. These running backs will hold out their fakes for 10 yards, and the quarterback will do it as well. Hard for a defense to tell where the ball is.
There's a lot of deceptions in this dead tee.
1st and 10. Braden Bredman in motion. Quick toss out to Roller. Spinning away from one. And he's gang tackled down to the ground at the 29-yard line.
Crookston did a nice job. They stretched that thing a little bit out, and Mr. Knutson came flying from his tackle spot and made a good play.
How do you defend against an offense like this?
Listen, you just sit and read your keys, and you got gaps to follow, so stay in your gap positions. Don't get caught looking in the backfield like we're doing right now.
Bredman, Roller, and Peterson in the backfield. Braden Bredman on the carry. It went up the middle to John Roller.
Yep. Pull back inside trap again. Faked the second dive as well, and then the quarterback bellied out, going down the sideline like he had the ball, and you got to honor that. If you don't honor it, he'll keep the ball, and pretty soon he'll be going down the sideline. Crookston doing a nice job here. Right, they've stopped both inside power plays by Barnesville. It's 3rd and long.
Don't typically see Barnesville throw the ball. When they do, you might see a different quarterback come in there and Owen Riddle. Well, now Bredman will throw it. Waiting for something to open up. Now heaving it downfield as Peterson wide open. Touchdown. Good hold by Zach Peterman. Wait for the play to develop. Andrew Peterson was just waiting for the football.
Yeah, they put him in motion, came over to the sideline, then he just ran a go route, and he wasn't open early. I think they probably are trying to get to him right away. He just kept going and running his route, and Bredman stood in there and stood tall and delivered.
So a passing touchdown for this Barnesville offense. Now the extra point attempt coming. And it is a 7-3 lead for the Trojans. Isaac Manivel with the point after attempt.
Good drive by Barnesville. After a fumble, they were ready to answer right after that kickoff, so a little bit of run in there as well as run big pass play to their back out of the backfield.
Well, Crookston's got some momentum. They were able to put up 3 points.
Crookston did a good job in that. They just let that running back get free out there, and you know, when you got everybody stacked in there tight, you're sitting on 2 safeties deep, and if you put more than 1 receiver out there, who's going to cover who? And that time the running back was wide open.
Well, the Pirates will take over on offense, this time in a more conventional field position that you'll get with Barnesville. Not too often are you down at the 12-yard line all the time.
Now they're going to, and Crookston's got it. Watching film on Crookston, they've got a lot of weapons too. So it'll be interesting to see how they attack Barnesville.
Number 89, Isaac Manival.
Isaac Manival would kick this one away.
For the Pirates, 38, Ethan Bull. And 2, Ethan Bowman.
This kick angled off to Ethan Bowman, and he's brought down shy of the 30. That's where the Pirates will take over on offense. Got points scored for both sides so far in this first quarter.
Dawson Gregg at number 20. Braden Bredman.
Yep. Bredman came down there. He's a safety on there and made a nice tackle down there, so kept him at the 25. So Crookston's going to start from their 25-yard line, 1st and 10 here.
And a much different style of play. Likes to spread out the field a little bit. Good running back in Ethan Bull, 880 yards in the season. Here's Bull. Near side, flag comes in from the secondary.
38, Ethan Bull on the carry. Stop made by number 20, Braden Bredman.
See what this flag is about.
Came from the deep in the secondary, so
Flag in the play.
interesting to see what he was looking at.
Offensive penalty.
Indication is block in the back against Crookston.
That came from the deep safety. He's calling a play. Generally, their up back calls that, but he must have seen something back there.
First flag of the game. That'll push it to 1st and 20.
For the Pirates.
They have the ball on their own 16-yard line. This Barnesville defense, with the field goal earlier in this quarter, has only given up 36 points all season. Now looking to throw, screen pass, too high. It's a loose football, kicked into the end zone. Is anybody going to recover it? No, they'll say it's an incomplete pass right at the last moment.
Wow, that was close over there. The sideline judge called that not a forward pass, so lucky enough for the quarterback, they didn't get that, but otherwise Barnesville would have been sitting on another touchdown.
That screenplay sure did look backwards, but lucky break here for Crookston.
They'll bring up a 2nd down and 20.
Now 2nd and 20. Tanner Geis was the intended receiver. Bull up the middle. Swallowed up by the line.
38, Ethan Bull on the carry.
Just counter dive.
Out to the 17-yard.
Fake one side, give him Bull to play to the other side, but
Stop made there by 84, Logan Yeski.
yeah, Yeski just stepped down in there and filled that really well.
40, Connor Lopes.
Now 3rd and 19.
Yeah, 3rd forever here.
I got anything drawn up here in the playbook when you're this deep in your own end?
Right now, I guess I was wrong a long time ago with a go route, so let's see what they come up with.
Well, they spread it out. And a timeout called by Coach Lebarski over on the Crookston side.
Yeah, they did have him spread out, so I think what he's seen he didn't like, because I'm probably going to try some play, and Barnesville had that covered up. So better to call a timeout here and get the right play called.
Coach Lebarski's getting this team back on the right track with a trip inside of the Fargo Dome this year. 93 graduate of Argyle, played on that state runner-up team. From there, went over to University of North Dakota, played there for 4 seasons, and about 4 different positions over there. He was a quarterback, he was a tight end, he was a fullback.
He learned his trade well.
He did.
So now he can come in and use all those things he learned playing in high school and college and put it into his system, and that's kind of what we've got going on here at Crookston. So Crookston is well versed in what you should be doing, and now they're just trying to execute that plan.
Fun fact about Lebarski, he played behind Jim Kleinstosser up at UND.
Not a bad football player.
Empty look here on 3rd and 19. Looking to heave it deep downfield, and this one's well off the mark.
Dudo's looking for the wide receiver to run a go route. He broke it off. I don't know if that's a read route or not, but he broke it off and just threw the ball out of bounds.
That'll bring up a 4th down for Crookston.
Now 4th and 19. Barnesville will have some good field position here.
Interesting to see if Barnesville goes after the punt here. Looks like they got everybody up, so this could be a block.
Redmond standing near his own 45. Erickson
Here they
the punt.
come. They got it.
They got a piece of it. Still a free football here.
They can't advance.
Well, they're saying it's alive. Ethan Bowman brought it up. We'll have to get some clarification here. Is this Crookston football? If it's touched,
if it's blocked
by a
and touched,
Barnesville player,
then once they touch it, the play is dead. So you can't advance a ball that's been blocked.
Well, the officials are talking this one over. You could tell there's confusion. Braden Bredman didn't go after the tackle initially on Ethan Bowman. Yeah, Crookston fans are cheering, and now that's taken away when they say it's Barnesville football.
Yeah, he just pointed the wrong way.
Well, I don't get the people going in a playoff game like this, and
evidently nobody blew the whistle. So
where do you determine where you spot this football now?
I'm surprised they're spotting it here. It should have been.
It should be.
It should have been where that Crookston football player picked the ball up, and I thought that was back at about the 25-yard line.
I thought so as well.
So they're very fortunate that Crookston's fortunate the ball's where it's at.
Well, after the mass confusion here in the first quarter, Barnesville with the football 1st and 10 from the 41. Yeah, and now you can see it here. Coach Brian Strand is saying it should be back by the 25.
Punt was partially blocked by Barnesville's number 45.
Yeah, it's got to go back to where it touched, not.
That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, now they're getting the call right. Little miscommunication, finally getting the ball right.
So moved it up to the 30.
1st and 10, Barnesville.
1st and 10, great field position here. Last drive scored on a passing touchdown. Zach Bredman to Andrew Peterson. Now here's Braden Bredman. Open holes, shifting to the 20-yard line, and is tripped up by George Weidman.
That time they just ran power to the outside and kicked out the end and followed his big guard right up the middle for 9 yards.
By number 5, George Whitman. Gain of 9 on the 2nd.
9-yard pickup.
That guard there, number 54, has been playing football here for Barnesville since he's been a freshman. That's a Robidoux boy. Same play again there. He's following up the hole again.
Look at the legs turn here. Carrying Pirates all the way inside of the 10-yard line. Yeah, Braden Bredman, he's a phenomenal running back that just fits the system so well, but he's so strong when he gets the ball moving.
By 5, George Whitman, and 2, Ethan Bowman.
Well, another part of the football program is getting your kids in the weight room and lifting and getting them stronger, and that's certainly the case here with these Barnesville kids.
So 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. Another one for Bredman. Leaping on top of the pile, a couple of Pirates there.
Across the 5 down to the 4.
Able to get to the 4-yard line on 1st down.
Yeah, just that time they didn't pull anybody. They just ran behind their backs, gave it to the backside running back, and he just follows blockers up the hole.
Under 2 here in this opening quarter, the Section 8-2A championship game right here on WDAY Extra. Appreciate you for joining us on a long 2 days of football here inside of the Fargo Dome. Another one for Bredman. Want to let him cap off this drive. Can't do it on that run.
Good job by Crookston and standing that thing up.
No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and goal. Stop by number 30, Gavin.
Still on the 4-yard line. Good stand here for Crookston.
Haluki made a nice play in that play out to the outside.
Minute left to go in the first. Quick toss out to the far side of the field. Foot race to the corner of the end zone. It's a touchdown. Braden Bredman caps off the drive.
Braden Bredman, 20. 4 yards into the end zone for the touchdown.
Just quick pitch to the outside. They hooked the end. Good job by the tight end on this side, and got him in the end zone with speed.
The drive started on the 30-yard line. Now Isaac Mandeville for the point after attempt. That screamer bangs off the left goalpost. It's no good.
Little music in the dome.
59 seconds left in the first quarter.
Still a 2-possession game here, even after the missed extra point. Seen that a couple of times here today.
Crookston doing a good job up front. Just good speed to the outside, and they weren't able to get that. A great block by Eniger over there on the hooking their DN to let him get outside.
Let's see if Crookston can get this offense moving a little bit. Been a little stale the first 2 tries.
Now, got to get some positive yards. You know, when you got a pretty powerful offense like Barnesville has, the best thing to do is to keep the ball away from them. So you have some little ground control and chew clock, and then they don't get the ball. So sometimes your offense can be your best defense.
Barnesville kicking off following their touchdown.
Vanderbilt will get ready to kick this one away. Crookston's coming into this game on a hot streak, won the last 3 games. Barnesville's won the last 9. They're undefeated this year.
38, Ethan.
Made it to the state semifinal last year.
Got beat by the state champ, Clarkfield.
Mandeville's kick. And it's a reverse out to Bull. Far side, he'll walk out of bounds.
38 on the return, forced out of bounds on the 22.
So the Pirates will come back out.
Yep. Barnesville did a good job staying in their lanes. They tried to reverse, and I think it was Morey, number 28, I believe, made a good play out there.
See what Coach Lebarski has written up. Penalty hurt them on the last drive.
2 Robidoux inside playing linebacker.
2 receivers out to the right side of Duda. And this run by Bull, seeked out quickly by the Trojan defense.
Little fire from the outside. Looks like Barnesville came with a corner fire or corner blitz off the outside. Number 3, Baker came off the edge and made the play.
Loss of 2 yards, 2nd and 12 from the 20.
It's kind of what you want to do is get them off schedule. Now it's 2nd and long, so doing something they really don't want to do. Shotgun with a pro set.
1 receiver to each side. Looking to throw here. 2nd and long. Pressure coming. Rolling out right side. Letting it fly, and it's incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. Bringing up a 3rd down and 12.
good pressure by Yeski. Although he did let him out, he made him flush him out and took away his opportunity to throw the ball down the middle where he wanted to go. So again, creating havoc with their offense.
See George Widman there, the intended receiver. That incomplete pass keeps 1 second on the clock, so this will be the final play of the quarter. Barnesville with 2 touchdowns after giving up a field goal. Looking to throw, last play of the quarter, pump fake. Now coming out of the pocket, and it's a completed pass to Widman. As he gets close to the 45-yard line. Big play to wrap up the first quarter.
Little scramble drill. Widman kept running his route. Not a very big guy, but tough to stay with him that long, and put it right in there. So good way to end the quarter for the Pirates.
Barnesville puts up 2 touchdowns. Crookston with a field goal, but they're driving. We'll be back with the second quarter coming up on WDAY Extra. Inside of the Fargo Dome, the Section 8 2A Championship. Crookston driving here. Start of the second quarter. Duda comes under center. Lost the football.
Ball is loose.
It's picked up by number 54. That's Robidoux towards the end zone. Touchdown. Fumble return touchdown for the big man.
Yeah, it looked like you could see that there wasn't a good handoff and nobody could find the football. All of a sudden, Robidoux's coming out of there with the ball in his hand and got a touchdown.
Johnny Robidoux with the scoop and score touchdown. Puts Barnesville up 19-3, and that is the last thing that Coach Lebarski and Crookston wanted to start off this second quarter.
Well, you talk about playing good teams and not turning the ball over. We had a block punt. A scoop and score, so that's the things Crookston doesn't want to do, and now it's already 19-3.
Looking to go for 2 here. Braden Bredman follows the blockers, and he converts it. 21-3 lead for Barnesville. Johnny Robidoux on the 43-yard scoop and score to open up the quarter.
Yeah, that time they actually went unbalanced and put one more person over there and took their other tight end. Kind of like what you see in pro football, and put many people on one side and just run behind them. And they're pretty powerful and tough to keep them out.
Don't see that too often when they change up that look. Been running this specific form of offense for the last 4 years, and it's been a dominating 4 years for them.
Yeah, now they're evolving a little bit more. You see there's a little motion in there. They're running a little quick pitch out of there. So they're evolving as they're going with this offense. Plus they've got what I call old Andy McCarty's offense that they ran many years ago. So they still have some of Andy's plays in there. He was an old football coach at Park Rapids who I think won a state title there many years ago. So Brian Strand's wife is Andy McCarty's daughter, so I think he learned a few things from Andy.
Well, whatever he picked up, man, it was a really smart move to do that.
Well, I think that's all these young coaches.
Yep.
What you're seeing is that they've watched and followed a lot of guys that have been very successful, and then they put together their own brand that works for them, and we're watching 2 teams here that have 2 good, excellent head coaches that have done that.
Manivel to kick this one away. And the squib kick jumped on right at the 39.
Again, what we've talked about and seen a lot. If you can't get the ball deep on the kickoff, squib it. See what the ball can do. But in this case, it went right to a guy. And Crookston's going to start with real good field position.
From their own 39.
So Jack Duda in this offense will come back out on their own 39-yard line, trailing by 18 points. Duda on the keeper, trying to cut around the edge, and he's chased down from behind.
I think that's the play he was trying to run when he fumbled the football. keep the ball and then belly it to the outside, and this time he was able to keep the ball and got positive yards on that.
Peyton Amundsen tracking him down from behind. Solid pickup there of 5 yards. Make it second down from the 44. Another shotgun look here for Duda. Hand off this time. Left side.
Not much going on there. Great. Lors came up from his outside linebacker or safety, whatever you want to call it, and filled that and just kept them very little gain on that play. And you also notice what's going on here is because you're in the dome, you want to rotate your D linemen as much you can when you have them to give them a break. You get tired in a hurry, and Barnesville's keeping their people up front fresh.
Well, they got plenty of players to funnel through, that's for sure.
Yeah, when you got them, you got to use them.
One of the bigger rosters in Class 2A here in the state of Minnesota. Third down from the 45. Geis looking for somewhere to go. Gets to the line of scrimmage, but won't go anywhere else.
Geis actually was looking. Looked like it was going to be a halfback pass. Widman was on a go route and actually broke free, but pressure from Barnesville was just too great up front, and he had to eat the ball. And
that'll bring up a 4th down for the Pirates.
Fourth down.
4th and about 4 yards here. And they're going to punt this one away.
No, Barnesville has nobody deep, so they're thinking this could be a fake here.
Coach Strand's trying to tell Bredman to get back there, but there is a flag over by Jake Erickson, the kicker here. And this is on Crookston. See what the call was?
I did not see what it was. Illegal substitution? Yeah, that's what it was. Number 30 came in, and now he ran off the field, so they had illegal substitution.
5-yard penalty, Crookston.
Now Bredman will come back deep to receive this one. Erickson to punt this one away. Last one was tipped. This one able to get off. Bredman will call for the fair catch. He bobbled it. It's Crookston football. Widman comes away with it.
George Widman.
Another opportunity for the Pirates here. Called for the fair catch and just went through his arms, and Crookston, I believe that was Widman that came up with that.
It
thing.
was,
so
yeah.
Inside the 35. Let's see if they come out and try to hit a home run right away here.
Well, this has the makings of a game where Barnesville's going to give you some chances, but have to capitalize on them. And if you don't, the door will shut quick. 1st and 10 from the 34. Bull moves forward for 2 yards.
Barnesville shut that down. There's just not a lot of room for Mr. Bull to run. Trying to run inside. They've got that pretty well cleaned up in there.
Make it 2nd and 8 from the 32. Crookston beat Warroad back in the quarterfinals, 43-8. Upset win over Pelican Rapids in the semifinals. Now have a long road to trek here throughout the next 3.5 quarters to come back on Barnesville.
Trips in a bunch formation to the left side.
Duda looking that way. Now rolling up in the pocket, letting it fly, and it's incomplete.
Pass incomplete to number 12.
Geese was coming underneath there and just off his fingertips.
Coverage that time by 14, Brody Gray.
Pretty good coverage by Barnesville.
Now 3rd down. Good coverage here on the pass protection for Crookston so far. See what they draw up here, if they want to go through the air or keep it on the ground. Have that strong fullback in Ethan Bull Rolling out right on the play action. Pass caught by Coet.
Pass is complete to number 7, Carter Coet.
Coet, again, ran a little outside seam route. I think he was playing as the tight end in there and outran the coverage and got a first down. So a nice play by Crookston.
Just had enough to get the first down and move the chains. Clock will stop since he went out of bounds. 8:17 left until halftime. Crookston trying to pick up a touchdown here. Got shut out by Barnesville in the matchup they had earlier this season, 24-0. Give to Geis on the right side. Met in the backfield. Good coverage there by Braden Bredman.
Yeah, Bredman came in from his safety spot and filled that really nice. Good alley running by him. Took away his opportunity to make any kind of play. Bredman does have some speed.
Yes, he does. The reason why he's a big part of that running game. Now 2nd and 11 for Crookston. Moving the ball well on this drive.
Loss on the play will make it a 2nd down and 11.
2 receivers out to the right side for Duda. Shotgun look.
Number 5 Widman over there. Bowles in the slot as well. So looks like a little roll. He's got
Shot
somebody
towards
wide
the
open.
End zone. Had the receiver open. It was Ryan Abeld, and the pass was too deep, but he got right behind the coverage.
Intended for number 15.
Little mess up in the secondary for Barnesville. Left the guy wide open. All he had to do was throw her up there and got a little bit too much air over the top and incomplete. I'm sure he wants that one back again.
Ryan Abeld couldn't catch up to it. Now 3rd and 11 from the 24, and a timeout called here.
Yeah, Barnesville, I think, took that. I think they want to try to get their secondary lined up so they know what they're doing there. They don't want to let people run free. You know, talking to Brian about their secondary, he said when you get closer into the state tournament, sometimes their teams can drop back and they can fire the football, and you don't see enough of that around here, he said, where teams are pass happy, and down there's some teams that are really good. So he's really worked hard on his kids learning how to cover pass plays. That time they didn't do very well.
Yeah, he got burned by Ryan Abeld.
But give credit to Crookston. They've come out with a good game plan, just like we talked about. Nate Lebarski is a good coach and has got a great game plan to try to come after this powerful Barnesville team.
Barnesville state semifinalists in 2021, 2019, a runner-up in 2018. Lost to the quarterfinals of the state tournament 2017. Beat Pelican Rapids in the section championship last year. Now hold a 21-3 lead over the Crookston Pirates. Making a trip back in here for the first time in a long time. Shotgun look for Duda on 3rd and long. Pressure coming, screen play. Pass was caught by Bull, but it was broken up by the Robidoux brothers.
Yeah, great read by those inside backers. Reading somebody who was sticking right with Bull and probably had him pretty close man-to-man the way that one looked, and they were right on that top of that. And the 54 Robidoux made the play on that one.
26-yard line, it'll be.
Now it's 4th down and long, and you're in a spot here you kind of have to go for it, huh?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm sure we're going to see a few deeper routes because they got to get 15 yards, so try to find a seam in between those backers and the safeties.
2 receivers left side. Duda looking that way through the middle, and it's tipped incomplete. It's a turnover on downs.
Right there, the right idea, but the 55 Robidoux this time stepped in and tipped that ball. So great play by Nick Robidoux.
Ball will go over on downs. 1st and 10, Barnesville.
It's 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
27.
See if they can add on to this lead. Last touchdown they scored was a defensive touchdown. Johnny Robidoux with a 43-yard scoop and score. Offense hasn't been out in a while. Bredman under center. Now handoff to Peterson, far side of the field. Caught up at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, tried to run power to the other side, and Crookston stood tall over there. Coed, who just made a great catch in the past game, stood tall there and held his ground, and actually we got a loss by Barnesville, so a loss of 1 in that power play.
Don't see that too often.
Nope. That was great defense by Crookston. Got to give credit over there to that D tackle, number 78, Hansen, as well.
2nd and 11. Roller now, big hole, picks up the yards they lost and a couple more.
Yeah, they ran that inside trap play that time, and so sometimes it's really hard to see because the deception is so good. And he picked up just about 8 yards in that play.
Yeah, 8-yard pickup. Moves him up to the 34. Only 1 pass attempt in this game. It resulted in a touchdown. Andrew Peterson with the touchdown reception. That was back in the first quarter. On 3rd and short. Option coming. Now the pitch out. Braden Bredman finds the hole down the sideline, and he's tripped up by George Whitman.
We've seen that before. Just ran that straight down the line option, and really good patience by Bredman, holding off and pitching the ball to the other Bredman. I don't know if there's brothers, but that was a nice play.
Braden Bredman and Zach Bredman, good connection between the two of them. Zach Bredman, not the biggest quarterback that you'll see in Class 2A. But really, all you need is a speedy quarterback back there. You got 4 running backs who can take this offense. 1st and 10 from the 28. Roller up the middle, gets to the 25.
21 on the carry, John Roller.
Yeah, inside trap play again. Good job by the big number 77 down there. You said we don't have him down there, but his name is Helgeson. Riley did a nice job in there stacking that thing up, and the linebackers filled it.
Pickup of 3 yards on that last run.
Crookston is double half change with both their tackles down on the guards trying to take away that trap. But that opens up the off tackle play.
Keeper for Bredman has some holes. Tried to cut to the far side of the field. Did pick up the first down, and we got a flag in. I think it's a late hit call here.
Late hit or face mask. I don't know.
Bredman came in. Ethan Bowman kind of jumped in on that play a little late at the end, so this should be extra yards here for Barnesville.
Oh, spearing.
Yep. Came in helmet first. I don't think it made too much contact with Zach Bredman.
But if you lead with your helmet and you make contact, then it's just about automatic.
So 4:16 left here in the second quarter. Barnesville looking to put on a couple more.
The penalty will be a first down.
We were just talking about the quarterback, not very big, but he's shifty.
1st and goal from the 8.
From the 8.
He's got the football here as he spun backwards for a pickup of 2.
Just tried to run power with the quarterback keeping the ball, and
down to the 6-yard line.
Crookston stood up pretty good there again.
Able to get to the 6-yard line.
Number 78, Corey Hansen, or Clay Hansen, I guess his name is. He stepped up in there and held his ground. So Crookston's playing tough.
See if they can hold on for 6 more yards here over the next 3 plays. Bredman keeper held it behind him. Wide open lane to the end zone.
I think we talked about that before. Every time he hands the ball off, he fakes that and goes out, and pretty soon he's going to put it on his hip, and nobody even knew where the ball was, and he walked in easily.
Ran about 4 yards with the ball just tucked right behind his back.
You quarterbacks out there that watch this, that's exactly what you want to do. You're a magician out there when you're playing quarterback, and hiding things and keeping things away from that defense is what you do.
Impressive stuff from Zach Bredman. As Isaac Manivel would get set for the extra point, and flag comes in.
Flag in the play.
Have a false start on Barnesville.
Looked like their left tackle over there hopped up a little bit, so they'll move it back 5.
Manivel's missed one extra point. We'll try it again. Try to extend this lead up to 25.
Look at the holder for Barnesville, number 80. He's got to be the biggest holder I've seen.
Tate Einiger, the tight end. No, he held it well. The kick is struck well, and it's through the uprights. 28-3 lead for Barnesville.
Einiger, 6'3", 265. So, yeah, that's a big holder.
3:18 left in the first half.
You don't see backup quarterbacks that big around here.
No.
He's put together a great season for this Barnesville team. Well, now Crookston in a hole here.
I think his dad played basketball for the Bison many years ago, and so he certainly doesn't look like that type of a basketball player, but he certainly looks good as a tight end.
Looks like a bruiser down to the post if he hits the hardwood. With 3:18 left here in the second quarter. Pirates are going to get set for another crack at it. Moved the ball well last drive.
Yeah, they did a good job moving the ball down, and just Barnesville just stiffened up a little bit there toward the end and turned it over on downs. And Barnesville had a nice drive down there, good option play. Bredman took off from getting a great pitch and put him in that position, and then the quarterback Bredman, great fake and score. So that was really a good drive by Barnesville.
Number 89, Isaac Manivel.
Manivel to kick this one away. Little screamer that checks up at the 20-yard line. Bowman will be brought down at the 23.
Return from the 18.
4-yard return.
Up to the 22. Stop made.
Now Jack Duda will come back out with this offense for Crookston.
Yeah, Lors came down, stayed in his lanes, tried to go back, and he was right there to trip him up. But Crookston has been able to move the ball, doing probably more by the air than by the running, but
that seems to be the one way to kind of beat this. That front seven for Barnesville is going to be too hard to beat on the ground, even with a great running back in Ethan Bull. And they got him to jump.
Yeah, Bull Green stepped in the neutral zone, so that'll give 5 yards to Crookston.
I'll make it 1st and 5. That'll always help the cause.
Encroachment call against the Trojans, 5-yard penalty. Make it 1st and 5.
Barnesville keeps rotating those linemen in there. Now number 66, Steele's been in there. Haven't seen him play at all this year, or this game, so I'm sure he's excited to get in there and make a play.
See what he can do in the Section 8 AA championship game. Under center, Duda, inside handoff, and hit hard after a pickup of 2.
Looked like an inside trap play, but that linebacker that was came in there and Rabidou, and he put a really good stick to him.
Geis with the carry. Talk about the Rabidous and how strong they are.
Yeah, good weight room guys.
Yeah.
And this one as well is 220 pounds, so he puts the lick to you pretty good.
On the first day of football this season, Coach Strand told me 31 kids were benching over 200 pounds this year. It's an impressive strength program.
Yeah, that's tremendous. That's willingness for kids to buy into the program and knowing what weightlifting can do to make you a better football player. You know, many years ago, very few schools even had weights in their schools because it wasn't something you did. And the kids that came off the farmsteads were the kids that were really tough, physical, strong kids. And we don't have that kind of a industry anymore for kids, so now you have to get in the weight room and build yourself up. And we've really watched NDSU put their hat on that, and a lot of these high schools have followed course with that.
Duda looking to throw on third down. Deep shot downfield, trying to find Geis. Good coverage by Robidoux. Well, maybe it was too good. Penalty comes in.
Yeah, it looked like really good coverage, underneath coverage by him, but I think he maybe got there a little bit too quick, so referee threw the penalty, so we got a 15-yard interference. But that's an inside linebacker in high school running from the 35-yard line all the way to the 50 as an undercover, and that's good coaching and great work by a linebacker to do that.
Yeah, trying to catch up to the tailback and Geis. So first down here for Crookston.
Defensive pass interference against Barnesville, 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. First and 10 Pirates from their own 45.
Under center for Duda. Bull and Geis in the backfield. On the reverse. Nowhere to go. Football's loose. It's picked up by Braden Bredman. Carter Coet on the carry.
Yeah, they tried to run a little counter play with Coet coming back, and he got hit from the backside, and number 84 Yeski put the hammer to him, and Bredman was there to pick the ball up. So another turnover with Barnesville with 2 minutes left, and an opportunity to get in the end zone again.
First and 10 for the Barnesville Trojans. That's the second fumble of the game for Crookston. That one was close to being another scoop and score.
Yeah, very close.
Just over 2 minutes left here in the first half. Braidman, some confusion there. It looked like Peterson fell down, and that kind of broke the play up.
Right, Peterson was going to run a little swing route, and then they were just going to just real quick throw it out to him. And the turf got a hold of his feet again and dropped him. So finally got a sack on the quarterback. That doesn't happen very often in the Barnesville land. So good job by Crookston stopping that play. And now we got a timeout.
Yep. Barnesville coach Strand's going to call a timeout after that broken play, 2nd and 15. So, yeah, it looked like a pass play that just wasn't working there. That would have been the second one of the game. Did they come back with a pass here on 2nd and long?
Well, you would think they would, but if you've ever watched Dead T offense, they'll just run an inside trap play and run it right up there for about 15 yards. I was watching Elk River play against Moorhead a few years ago, and it was 3rd and 30, and they ran an inside trap play with their fullback, and he went 60 yards. So just when you think they might throw the football, that doesn't happen.
Well, Barnesville got a lot of this scheme from Elk River over the past couple of years. The coaching staff actually went down there and kind of chatted over some schemes on how this dead T would work. They figured something out, both of these teams. Now 2nd and long, quick toss out to Bredman, trying to find the corner. Leaps out of bounds.
Yeah, Whitman made another play, but there's that quick pitch to the outside. It's tough when you're playing them because you're taking your defensive ends and putting in a down position to try to stop off-tackle power, which gives up a little bit of that outside area for quick pitches, and Barnesville's gone outside a few times here to get a first down.
Big pickup there for Braden Bredman. Now looking to throw, Zach Bredman throws a dart. Is it caught for an interception? No, it's falling to the ground. It looked like for a second there Ethan Bowman may have got underneath it.
Yeah, Bredman just out of the backfield and tried to slip out in the flat over there. Covered pretty good by the outside linebacker over there and threw it behind him and just about caught it, but also just about got an interception. So we got a third down.
Yeah, fourth down.
Oh, fourth down.
4th and 6. Yep, changing a little slow to change the symbol there. Yep.
The first play they actually had a sack. So,
well, 4th and 6. See what they draw up here. Bredman to throw again. Downfield, wide open. Braden Bredman. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown pass complete to number 20, Braden Bredman.
His second touchdown of the game. Second passing touchdown for Zach Bredman.
25 yards for
just
the score.
Fake that. Quick pitch to the outside, and this time instead of Bredman breaking it to the outside, he went right down the middle, and Crookston sitting in a cover 2 and nobody's there. They took the outside people wide open right down the middle.
Well, it looked like Zach Bredman, when he dropped back, he just kind of heaved it up there, just assumed that his brother would be wide open near the end zone, and he was.
Well, that's what happens when you're executing very well.
Now Manivel for the extra point. And that is good. 35 points in the first half so far for Barnesville. I feel like they've been a very fast. We just blinked, and there's 35 points up on the board against Barnesville.
They're so efficient in what they do. They fake very well. They come off the ball solidly with their line up there, and I'll tell you what, it's going to take one really, really good football team to beat this team. And
just don't know who that's going to be.
Well, last year it was the state champ that got him in the semifinals, and a couple years ago was another state champ that beat him in Caledonia. So they've been knocking at the door here for the last 2 years. I think Coach Strand is waiting for that door to get kicked in by this crew. So
that's about the only thing that's not under his belt right now is that state championship, which is very surprising.
Well, now you know how good some of these football teams are as you go around the state. Everybody thinks you just see them around here, but you start extending, going down into southern Minnesota. There's some really good football teams, as you well know, coming from that area of the state. Yep. And like I told you, we played them many times, some of those southern teams, and we think we're pretty good and go down there and in the first or second round of a state tournament, and all of a sudden you're looking up and you're down by 20. So they're good.
It's just all over the place, and it's all different football in just whatever region of the state you're in. Manivel would kick this one away. 32-point lead right into the arms of Tanner Geis. Still on his feet, and he's brought back down to the 35-yard line.
Nothing better than being on a special teams. If you like to be a guy that's a little kamikaze, loves to hit people, you want to get on that kickoff team so you can go down there and find somebody to hit. That's always a fun thing, and that's where coaches sometimes look to the younger kids for their opportunity to get in a game, and if you come down and start making plays, you're going to get more time on the field.
Kind of prove yourself in those roles.
Absolutely.
Crookston taking over 1st and 10 from the 35. Now to throw. Good catch by Geis. He's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, great catch by him. Just back out of the backfield and a little 3-4 yard out and throw the ball right there and out of bounds, stop the clock.
Lokes pushed him out of bounds. 1:44 left in the quarter.
Again, the one thing you can't do against good teams, especially a team like Barnesville, is turn the ball over, and we've seen Crookston turn it over a couple times and have a punt block, and they'll turn them into points, and that's 21 points right now that Barnesville has on the board because of that.
Empty set, looking to throw, rolling right, pressure coming, flips it forward. Now the referee's conversing, was his knee down before he flipped it, and he said no, so it's an incomplete pass.
Both defensive ends put pressure on there. That was number 84 Yeski and number 87 Suter just chasing the quarterback Duda, and he's Duda just trying to make a play by keeping her going, and I think they called him down, didn't they? Or
no, they called it incomplete, so he must have got the flip off just in time. So 3rd and 8 here.
And nice thing about this with Barnesville, they're rushing 4 people and putting plenty of heavy pressure on the quarterback, and they can drop their people into coverage.
Flags as the snap comes off. Delay a game. That's going to make it even more tougher to pick up 3rd and long here against this great defense.
Delay a game against Crookston. 5-yard penalty. I'll bring up a 3rd and 13.
3rd and 13 coming here for the Pirates.
On their own 32.
Have won the last 3 games, including wins against Warroad and Pelican Rapids. See what they draw up here.
Yeah, Barnesville's rushing 3 this time.
Due to under center, quick toss. Geis now looking to throw. Heaving it downfield. Redmond had the coverage. The intended receiver was Rylan Labarski, and there's a flag, and I had a feeling there might be some pass interference on there.
Well, there's 3 Barnesville guys all the way around Mr. Labarski, so what happened, I think he got a little bit too forward, and their lineman got ahead of the line of scrimmage. They got linemen downfield.
So that will be declined. Just so they can make it 4th down here.
So now they're going to have to punt, and again, 1 minute and 30 seconds, so...
Pirates number 11.
Well, we've seen this.
Barnesville, I don't think, is going to take their foot off the gas here, and, it's like everything else is, even though you have a good lead, you got to work on things, and here's a opportunity to run your offense and run a little 2-minute drill. So let's see if Coach Strand says, let's go get them.
Bredman not even a try on the return, and the Pirates will down them right near the 32. Yeah, bring up a good point. They can hold on to this 35-3 lead, make their way to state. Sure, a two-minute drill is going to be needed at some point.
Or you run your offense. If you break one and you get to the 50-yard line, then you got 1 timeout left. Go ahead and use it and try to get it in there close. Maybe you can get a field goal.
On 1st and 10. Redmond to throw to the near side. It's Roller. Waiting for the holes to come up, and a good tackle in the open field by Whitman. That'll move the chains.
A one-man screen right now. They're right at the 50-yard line, so they're still attacking.
Now 1st and 10, up to the 48 now.
Out to the 48. It'll be 1st and 10.
Minute left in the quarter.
Inside trap play.
Yeah, keep it for Roller. He's shifting around, but he's tackled from behind. Clay Hansen coming back for the tackle.
78 on the stop.
And just like I was telling you before, you think that these teams may throw the ball, they run that inside trap play, and that thing goes. It's amazing what these teams can get just on a simple inside trap.
Dawson Gregg back in the game. He's in the backfield. Here's the option. Zach Bredman to keep it. Leaps forward for the 1st down.
Zachary Bredman, number 4 on the quarterback keeper.
That's the lead option. They're playing fast.
Play is good for a 1st down. Stop made by number 7, Connor Goet.
That no huddle offense here. 1st and 10, and they'll just
spike the ball. It's a good way to use. You only have 1 left. That's a good way to stop it. So now you're going to use your 3 other downs to get what you need.
See how far they can get here.
Well, we were watching right before the game, and their kicker was kicking the ball right around the 30-yard line, and he was able to get the ball to the post. So I think if he gets 25-yard line, he'll probably go after a field goal.
Bredman to throw. Has receivers downfield. It's caught by Bredman. It's a touchdown. His 3rd touchdown of the game.
to number 20.
That's the exact same play they ran earlier for a touchdown. All he does is run a quick wheel route out of the backfield and right down the middle, and the two tight ends take the secondary people out of the play, and nobody's there.
I'll take the field goal out of the equation here. They're going to go for 6. Third passing touchdown for Zach Bredman. They come into this game. Did you think the Barnesville quarterback would have 3 passing touchdowns?
I did not. I didn't think they'd have to throw it all, but pretty efficient in their passing game right now.
Braden Bredman, his 3rd touchdown, and flags come in. Going to have to bump this up. Almost cookie cutter the last time. Yeah, 13 seconds left in the quarter. Barnesville not slowing it down.
I want to see Henniger fumble the ball and maybe he can roll out there and throw the football. It'd be nice to see
that.
He
did that once earlier this year. He had a 2-point conversion that he came in under center and a little pop pass into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. That was against Detroit Lakes earlier this year.
So he's got the tools. He must have really good hands to be able to do that. So nice to see athletes with multiple abilities and watch him do well.
Manival with the extra point, 42-3 in the first half here. Crookston had the lead for a little while right at the beginning of the game. Able to capitalize on a Barnesville fumble. Kicked a field goal from 32 yards out. Then from there, it's been all Barnesville. Crookston will have the chance to get off a play or two before going into the locker room.
Well, we knew Crookston would have to play free ball to beat Crookston just playing normal, but again, when you give up 21 points of turnovers, really tough to beat this team with that, and you're probably not going to. So Crookston will have to regroup a little bit when they come back out.
Now Manival will get ready to kick this one away. Back to receive for Crookston, Ethan Bull, as well as Ethan Bowman.
Barnesville kicking off number 89, Isaac Manival.
Bowman will take this one at the 15. Bobbled the reverse, and now he has to get away from a sea of purple, and he can't.
Number 2, Ethan Bowman.
He's brought down all the way at the 14-yard line.
Forward progress to the 14. It'll be 1st and 10, Crookston. Stopped by 28.
Tried to fake the reverse that time and lost the ball. Very fortunate to get it back again.
Well, 6 seconds left. Probably just want to let this one chew out to halftime here. Duda will come under center. Give it to Ethan Bowles. See what he can do on the final play of the half. Solid gain of 7 yards, but that will be the end of the first half. A dominating effort for Barnesville, putting up 42 points in the first 2 quarters. They hold the lead here in the Section 8-2A championship. We'll have the halftime break coming up next on WDAY Extra. The Section 8-2A championship on WDAY Extra. Barnesville with a commanding lead here at the halftime break. 42-3 over the Cinderella Crookston Pirates here inside of the Fargo Dome. Sam Getzinger, Craig Anderson here with you. Hear from Craig in a little bit. We'll talk about that first half and how things kind of shaped up. Seemed like a blink of the eye, and all of a sudden Barnesville's got 42 points up on the board. Crookston had the lead, had a field goal after Barnesville fumbled on their opening possession. Yeah, we'll talk about that first half in just a little bit. It's been a big 2 days of Minnesota section football here inside of the Fargo Dome. Yesterday, and all the action started with section 6 9-man football. Fertile Beltrami punched their ticket to state against Black Duck. Also yesterday in section 8 9-man football, Kitson County Central come back with a big comeback win over Goodridge Grigla. And then also yesterday, Red Lake County, Mahnomen-Waubun in Class Single A, Section 8. They win the section championship 32-0 over the Rebels from Red Lake County. Then our game of the day yesterday was East Grand Forks and Dilworth Glendon Felton. A 7-6 win for DGF. Held off a 2-point conversion in the final 8 seconds by the Green Wave. And DGF stays undefeated. They're going to go to the state tournament in Class 3A. Earlier today, in more 9-man football, Section 4, Wheaton-Herman Norcross ticket to state with a win over Verndale. And then also on WDAY Extra this afternoon in Section 4A football, Kirkhoven-Murdoch-Sunberg came back over Uppsala-Swanville area to take home a berth to the state tournament and the section championship. And then at 3 o'clock earlier today, Osakis, the 1 seed, fell to the 2 seed, Sauk Center. Big win for the Main Streeters going to the state tournament for the first time in over 10 years. So big congratulations to the Main Streeters. Game we just saw here on WDAY Extra, Breckenridge and Ottertail Central. Breckenridge ran away from that one, the 5 seed in Section 6A. They're coming away with a berth to the state tournament. Put up over 30 points in that game. Also going on, actually should be wrapped up. I should check and see what the score was. Haven't been able to get a chance to do that. Fargo North and Fargo South in the 11A semifinal, playing to say who's going to play in the Dakota Bowl. I'll have to take a peek on who won that game. But of course, the game you're watching right now, the nightcap of the day in Class 8-2A, Barnesville and Crookston for a chance to go to the state tournament. Barnesville, they have the lead substantially here, up by 39 points. See if they can hold on to the final 24 minutes and have another state appearance. That would be their second in a row. Technically third if you want to hold off on the 2020 season. Also made state appearances in 2018 and 2017. So what would that be, 4th in a row if you hold off the 2020 season? Some other games around the state of Minnesota that are playing for section championships. Minneota won Section 5A down at Southwest Minnesota State earlier today over Lakefield, 28-6. Big game that Mahnomen-Waubun we'll see a little bit later on. Minneota, a very good team over there in Class A. Some other games going on. Chisago Lakes 35-29 lead over Fridley. That game is in progress. Wayzata and Rosemount down to the cities 14-14. Shakopee up 21-0 over Mounds View. Those games are kind of getting a little out of our area. Moorhead plays later on today, or excuse me, should be playing now. Can't find a score on that one. They're taking on Sartell for a chance to go to the state tournament. Albany's got a 6-0 lead over New London Spicer. That's in Class 3A. Elk River a 20-14 lead over Andover. St. Thomas Academy 14-0 over Two Rivers right now. Those are some of the other games that are going on throughout the state of Minnesota. Latest game of the night is this one right here. Barnesville and Crookston 42-3 lead. We'll step aside here on WDAY Extra. We'll continue with the halftime break coming up after this. Break of the Section 8-2A championship here inside of the Fargo Dome. 1 seed Barnesville, undefeated Trojans looking to keep that streak alive to make themselves 10-0 going into the state tournament. They're on a good pace right now. 42-3 lead over Crookston. See some of the Crookston faithful hanging out during this halftime stretch. Crookston had the lead in this game after opening up with a field goal, capitalizing on an early Barnesville touchdown. Sam Getzinger, Craig Anderson here with you. Not quite sure where Craig ran off to, making friends all around the dome. we'll see him for the third quarter at some point. Crookston had that opening field goal, and then from there it was all Barnesville. Not to say that Crookston's been playing bad football. Been able to move the ball well at certain occasions, but sometimes they've just been getting hit by the brick wall of that purple defense. Call them the mini purple people eaters with how well they're playing today. Touchdowns on the Barnesville side. 3 by Braden Bredman. 2 of them receiving, 1 of them rushing. Andrew Peterson has a receiving touchdown as well. Bredman's thrown for all 3 of them. Zach Bredman has. Also had a defensive scoop and score by Johnny Robidoux back in the second quarter. So touchdowns by Robidoux, Peterson, and 3 by Bredman. That's where we stand on that 42-point mark for Barnesville. Talking about it in that first half for Coach Brian Strand and his team. State semifinal appearance last year and in 2019. Was the state runner-up in 2018. Lost in the quarters in 2017. Something's got to give. Speaking with Coach Strand earlier this season, he says the one thing that's needed for this team to win a state championship is to just stay healthy. Well, majority of the team is pretty healthy right now and put together a real strong performance here inside of the Fargo Dome. Third quarter coming up in a couple of minutes. We'll step aside once again. Second half, your way next on WDAY Extra and Inforum.com. Section 8 2A championship here on WDAY Extra. Both teams back out on the field. Barnesville and Crookston. 24 minutes left to go. And we'll wrap up the action-packed 2 days that we've had. I did see that Fargo North won, so they'll play inside of the Fargo Dome for the Dakota Bowl next week, knocking off crosstown rival Fargo South. That game was on WDAY Sports Plus. This game right now is all in favor of Barnesville. Sam Getzinger, Craig Anderson here with you. Craig, what your thoughts after that first half?
Just an impressive display by Barnesville's football team. Did just about, except for maybe that first series where they the turf got the kickoff guy and then they fumbled the ball, but they held their ground defensively and gave up the 3 points that are on the board. Other than that, they've been flawless.
And really, at this point for Crookston, it's a long mountain to climb, coming back 39 points on a team that's just going to continue to score. But they can put up a couple of scores on the board. That's got to make them feeling good, and that's something to hold your hat on going into next year.
Absolutely. You know, that they've been working. You can see each year they've gotten better and better and better. This is just a very, very good football team with great offense and defensive linemen that they can rotate in, and very efficient teams that are kids that can make plays. So whoever ends up playing Barnesville is going to have their hands full. And Crookston stood up to them, and they just haven't been able to finish off some of their drives and make plays as I'm sure they would like. But I think they're going to come out here and do what they've been doing, because a lot of it has worked. It's just dropped the ball a couple times and had a punt blocked, and you know, against Barnesville, those are points.
Well, in the 10 games played for Barnesville, they've only given up 36 points. That's including the field goal here at the beginning of the game.
That's amazing. Wonder how many times they've actually had to try to have punted the football. Probably
I don't think too often.
Probably count that in one hand as well. So they're really efficient in what they do.
So Crookston will receive to start the second half.
Well, and there's some headway. They can keep those front linemen under control and get a couple of first downs and get going in a forward march here. Maybe they can make something happen.
Manival will kick this one away.
To begin the second half, on the kickoff, number 89, Isaac Manival. Need to receive for the Pirates.
Ethan Bowl and Ethan Bowman back to receive for Crookston. And here we go for the second half. Bowman will take this one inside of the 20, and he's brought down at the 30-yard line. And this offense led by Jack Duda will come back out on the field.
And Lors, again, just like he's done a couple of times on the kickoff, gone down there and made a solo tackle. So he's a really good special team player for Barnesville.
1st and 10, ball on the 30-yard line. Haven't seen a play that's really broken off yet for Crookston for a big gain.
No, they got the one time, number 5, their wide receiver got underneath one time and made a pretty good play. So Woodman on a crossing route, that's probably their biggest play.
It looks like we had a wildcat here with Ethan Bowl, but there was early motion on the far side of the field. Ethan Bowman, I think, moved just a little bit too early.
It's always fun to see if the coaches got anything in their playbook that they can go to. And here, something we didn't see in the first half was putting Bowl and running shotgun with him in there. And I guess we call that the Wildcat formation. So looks like they're going to try it again.
1st and 15. Bull's going to keep it, and he's not going to go anywhere. Peyton Amundsen and the rest of the crew were in there too quick.
Yeah, Amundsen came up the field really, really well and took on that lead blocker, and there just was nowhere to run at all.
38 on the carry for Crookston is Ethan Bull.
If anything, might have lost a yard or two there. They did. Should be 2nd down at 16 yards.
Over 1, it'll be 2nd down and 16.
Well, they're coming back with this Wildcat look, so Duda's just hanging out on the sideline over there. I didn't see him with an injury or not. Now Bull's going to try to dump it off, and it is pass that's caught by Carter Coet. Pickup of 1 or 2.
Yeah, trying to run a little, looked like outside run play, and then he pulled it back and threw a little quick pass, but only got a yard on it, so 3rd and forever. And again, Barnesville just putting great pressure on with 4 guys, so that's really tough on the offense when they can put pressure that way. Don't have to do any blitzing here. They spread it out pretty well to cover everybody. Looks like they're man up all the way across.
Duda comes back in. It's a sweep out to Bull, and that is blowing up in the backfield. Loss of 3 there.
Yeah, Yeski over there, just a great defensive end. Stood his guy up and just rode Bull all the way into the sideline.
So first drive of the 3rd quarter is less than ideal for the Crookston Pirates. 4th and 16. They'll punt this one away. Jake Erickson. Braden Bredman back at the 40-yard line. Good punt. Bredman will take a return on it, and he's tripped up right away, but there's a flag in the backfield. This may be on Barnesville here, I think. Ethan Larson was tied up back there. Couldn't see who with.
So did it occur after the kick or before the kick will be the story right now. Personal foul on Barnesville, so it was after the kick, so they'll take Barnesville from the spot of the catch all the way back 15.
And maybe on Ethan Larson back there. He was tied up with a member of the Pirates well behind the kick. So yeah, they'll back it up here on their first drive of the 2nd half.
15-yard penalty against Barnesville.
See if Barnesville makes any changes here. Looks like we got a different quarterback.
New quarterback coming in here for the 2nd half.
Bull Green.
Gannon Bullgreen. Pretty speedy quarterback. Saw him on our game of the week a couple of months ago when Barnesville was taking on Osakis. Came in and delivered a 60-yard run. Now up the middle. This one's to Dawson Gregg. He's got the 1st down.
Nothing more than a straight dive play. Great blocking up front Mr. Kroll on that side just buried his guy on that side, so there wasn't anything that that runner had to do is just go straight ahead and get the first down.
Did find a score. Moorhead was able to win 28-26 over Sartell, so they're going to state.
It's a great win. Who would have thought after we had them against Rogers that they'd come back and win the section title?
Yeah.
Good for them.
They'll go to the state tournament. 1st and 10. Bull Green on the inside handoff. Blown up in the backfield, Ethan Larson on the carry.
Yeah, good play by number 65 coming through and making a stop for Crookston.
Tackle made by number 38, Ethan Bull.
And when you have that number.
Loss of 2 on the play, it'll be 2nd and 12. Trojans from their own 39.
Playing that linebacker spot.
No, it'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah.
Holgren, little miscommunication, but he'll take it himself. Spinning, and he's able to pick up the yards they lost and a couple more.
Quarterback sweep the outside. He said the little guy had speed, and that's what we're trying to get him. Get him to the perimeter and let him take off.
That's 3rd down. Don't know if they'll test the arm of Bull Green or not.
Well, nice thing here for Coach Strand is he can put a second quarterback in there with his first string and go to work and let him learn a little bit of their offense with the first stringers.
And be able to do it inside of the Fargo Dome. That's a win-win. Now looking to throw. Nobody there, but through the middle. That pass is... It's caught, but who's it caught by? It's an interception. It's picked off by George Whitman.
Whitman having a good football game. He's made a lot of plays, made another great play. Tried to run a dump pass over to the tight end on that side. He stepped in front and kind of looked like he pulled it away from him.
Saw that in the last game on a pick six when Evan Bailey over for Breckenridge ripped it out of the hand of a receiver and had a pick six that way. But to say, yeah, kind of shades of that. Whitman able to steal an interception away. Now 1st and 10 for the Pirates. Ball on the 48. Quick screen. Bull to the near side. Tries to cut it to the complete opposite side of the field. That's a huge loss of about 5 yards, but flags come in.
38, Ethan Bull.
Design play, you think, to catch it on the far side and rip to the other way?
No, he didn't want to go that way because Barnesville rallied over there and filled the hole, so he tried to take it all the way across, but the corner and the safety on that side, number 40, Loers, stayed right there and made a nice play. I don't know what the flag is, but looks like it's against.
It's on Crookston. So even after the loss, that's going to throw him back
Loss
even
of 10?
more. Yeah. So really, it's a loss of 20.
Loss of 25. That was a 15-yarder. He never did really tell us what it was by saying.
The assist against the Pirates brings the ball back to the 25.
So this half, the Pirates do not have positive offensive yards.
1st and 33.
No, they do not. Very much in the negative here so far in the first half. 1st and 33. Duda to throw. Out to the right, pump fake. Now he'll try to run with it. And there's another loss of 1. Connor Lokes able to spin him out of bounds.
Loers really having a great game defensively. He's made some great plays on the kickoff team, and every time something comes his way, he's sitting on that outside linebacker safety position there and making a play every time it comes there, and another play for loss of yardage.
2nd and 33 from their own 25.
Sam, you got a call?
I don't know at this point. Probably try to keep it in the air, but they'll go under center here.
I'm running a sneak.
I think so. Well, that's not what they're doing. They are going through the air.
Throwback.
And it's caught by Geis, able to slip away from a couple. And he gets up near the 45-yard line. Nice little play call there by Coach Nate Lebarski.
Yeah, brought him underneath on a throwback. Good call. A lot better than my sneak.
Well, now we're at 3rd and 14, so we're getting closer here.
Yeah, nice play call and nice yardage, but you're still 3rd and, 14?
It's got more than half of it back. Still a long way to go, as you mentioned. Got 2 receivers to the near side of the field for Duda.
Pistol formation.
He'll throw again. Now he'll keep it himself. Needs 13 yards for the first down, and he's able to get 6.
Jack Duda, number 4, on the keeper.
Duda took him down. Looks like he stepped out right at the 50-yard line. Mr. Lohr's over there making a play again. Didn't make a great tackle, but certainly got him so that he had to step out of bounds. So solid defensive play by him.
Now 4th down, the offense will stay out on the field. 7 yards to go.
Is it Lohr's or Lokes?
Lokes.
Lokes. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Lohr's calling you the wrong name. Lokes.
Now Duda getting away. Still on his feet. Has more pressure coming, and he's brought down way back in the backfield.
Great pressure by the guys up front.
Number 4, Jack Duda, on the keeper. He is tackled in the backfield.
So that'll be a turnover on downs on the 4th down. So the offense will come back for Barnesville. And we will see some new faces coming in here.
Ball goes over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10, Barnesville.
I think we're going to start seeing a little bit of more of that as we play, but I think what Brian Strand's trying to do here is get the second quarterback in where this first string group and try to put a drive together and get the ball in the end zone. So he's expecting this quarterback to take him in.
Bold Green under center. Quick handoff right up the middle for Andrew Peterson. He's got 1 touchdown tonight through the air. A 9-yard run there.
Brings the ball down to the 29.
Good play call. Again, Crookston's taking both their tackles and checking them down on the guard, so it opens up that natural hole in the tackle spot right off tackle, and they're hitting that hole very quick on a dive play.
Pickup of 9 makes it 2nd and 1. Ball on the Crookston 29. Roller, Larson, and Peterson in the backfield with Green. This one to Larson. Hobbling forward, and he gets the first down.
Kind of looks like you're running outside veer option play to that side, but it's straight blocking. They're still blocking the defensive end. So it's a dive play, but it's very working very well.
Randy Helgeson, 77.
Positive yards every time they're doing it.
Typically carrying around 7.5 yards a carry throughout the season.
Settles the quarterback down a little bit. Now he can make a few other plays with him.
Did have an interception on the last drive. 1st and 10 here, new set of downs. Quickly to Peterson. He's able to fall forward for 2.
Number 30, Andrew Peterson on the carry, down to the 22-yard line.
That time, number 38, Bull, came in there and stuffed that thing up and stopped it pretty good, so they only picked up a couple yards on that play.
Ball on the 22-yard line for Bold Green and his offense. Gannon Bold Green. He's only had 1 carry since he's been in. On 2nd down, he'll keep it himself, waiting for the blockers to come. Pads cracking, and he'll move the pile a little bit further. Gets the first down. Good pickup, 9 yards there.
They run inside, and then they take their ends and hook their defensive end and bring the cavalry on the outside on a quarterback sweep.
13-yard line.
Getting the first down.
For a first down.
Big block by number 87 down there to crash that defensive end down to get to the perimeter.
New set of downs from the 13. Bullgreen holding it himself. Ball right behind his back. Now dash to the end zone. He's got a touchdown.
Back the deception. Not only does the first quarterback, Mr. Bredman, do that, but Bullgreen comes in there and does the same thing. Fakes that power and puts that ball on his hip, and nobody knows where it's at, and walks in the end zone.
Now Barnesville's up to 48 points. Manaville will try the extra point. Gannon Bullgreen. Sophomore for Barnesville. This is a team with 17 seniors, 28 juniors, and only 3 players play both ways.
Pretty impressive.
Extra point is up and good. 49-3 lead for Barnesville, getting closer and closer to another trip to the state tournament.
3:53 left in the third quarter. Trojans 49, Pirates 3.
Kind of what happens in football when something gets to be going positive. Everybody wants to be part of the activity, and you see high numbers of players as juniors and seniors. You know you have a pretty good program.
This has been one of the bigger teams that we've seen inside of the Fargo Dome the past couple of days.
Yeah, they are a legit football team with good size, and they got some good speed in the outside too, and their backup quarterback's got some wheels as well.
He's playing well. He's got a rushing touchdown. So the touchdown breakup is Braden Bredman with 3, Andrew Peterson with 1, Johnny Robidoux with 1, and then Gannon Bullgreen with a rushing touchdown. Also, Zach Bredman has a rushing touchdown as well and 3 passing touchdowns.
I don't see Mr. 40 out there, Mr. Lokes, who has made quite a few tackles now. I mean, Barnesville's kicked off quite a bit, and he seems to be making every tackle down there, but give him a little rest in this play.
Yeah, like you said earlier, you have to let the younger guys make a name for themselves here.
Yeah. And if you got, how many juniors you said?
28.
Oh, geez, 28. Yeah, all those guys are going to get the playing time too, and next year they're seniors, and they'll be different type of kid too.
Here's the reverse for Bull. He dropped the football. Let's see who's on top of it. It's Barnesville football.
Ball comes loose on return, recovered by Barnesville, number 43 on the recovery, Cameron Ellerson. First and 10.
That's a tough one for Crookston. Tried to go with that reverse. It hasn't worked all night for him.
No, and Halverson, a freshman, came in there and made that play. So
there we go.
Well, he's going to remember that for a long time. It's probably his first time out on that kickoff team, and he comes up with the ball.
Well, they'll take over first and 10 from the 25. Bullgreen had a rushing touchdown last time he touched the football. Right up into the gut of Andrew Peterson, who slithers forward. 8-yard pickup.
Yep, power to the outside. And people that are watching, you notice the quarterback, number 6, Bullgreen, faked, put his hand on his hip, and he extended his play all the way out here to the hash marks. So, again, if nobody's going to be watching him, he's going to bootleg it out there with the ball in his hand. There's going to be nobody there, and he'll be able to walk it in again. So it's one other thing that defense has got to watch.
2nd and 3 here from the 18. Right underneath the chest of Ethan Larson.
Good play.
Good open field tackle there. Made by Antonio Romero.
Ethan Larson.
Name we haven't heard yet this year.
Yeah. Well, not too often did the Barnesville defense get brought down by the secondary.
Again, they ran the same play to this side that they ran the other way, so 3rd and short. Probably going to run off tackle dive play here. Tackles are checked down on the guards.
On 3rd down.
Inside trap.
Yep, it was right up the middle.
Everybody's trying to find the ball, and they're in that inside trap play. And
had me confused because no whistle was blown, but he was tackled for a little while.
Where he's stopped by number 2, Ethan Bowman. 51, Jaron Bailey.
So it'll be 4th down. It was pick up for 2 on the last play.
Got a few new guys in the backfield there.
Yeah, Bull Green and Dawson Gregg are the only ones who've played so far. This one's kept by Bull Green. He's able to get that 1st down. That'll keep the drive alive here.
Faking that inside dive and just keeping it and going off tackle to get the 1st down.
First and 10, Trojans.
It's been a long 3rd quarter here.
Sure seems like it. Barnesville just keeps marching.
Now some more new backs behind Gannon Bull Green. This one's up for Peterson, who's gets his way over to the 5-yard line. Hard body to tackle Andrew Peterson.
To the 5.
Yeah, just straight dive play.
Stop made there by 15, Ryan Abel.
Picked up 6 yards on the play.
Bowman. Be 2nd and 4.
It just seems like every other play, it's a revolving door of 3 more running backs coming in. Got a lot of options, does Coach Strand, to play with.
He's got a stable.
With 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, quick toss to the right side. Dawson Gregg can't get away from one. And now he's brought back for a loss on the play.
Dawson Gregg, number 2.
Loss of 4 yards there.
Quett made a nice job. Nice play from his defensive end. He didn't get hooked, and he was able to string that thing out and make the play. So
Ryan Abel.
the play that they've tried to run a few times, this time the defensive end couldn't hook him.
We'll bring up a 3rd down.
I think they'll just let the clock run out here in the 3rd quarter. Barnesville finds the end zone one more time in the 3rd, cooling things off here in the 2nd half. 4th and final quarter of play coming your way next for the Section 8A Championship on WDAY Extra. For the 4th quarter of the Section 8-2A Championship on WDAY Extra. Sam Getzinger and Craig Anderson with you. Barnesville running away here, 49-3 lead over Crookston. And they're close for another touchdown here. Driving with ball on the 8-yard line on the Crookston side of the field. 3rd and 7 here. Gannon Bull Green taking over the duties at quarterback here in this 2nd half. He'll dump it off for Peterson, who's got an open lane for the touchdown. Good way to start the 4th quarter.
Yep, just pulled the backside guard and ran power off tackle, and he walked into the end zone. 6 more.
Andrew Peterson, his second touchdown of the game. First on the ground. Make it 55-3 right now. Looks like this Barnesville team is having some confusion here. The revolving door of new players they have.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. It's a lot of times when you come to your specialty teams, your backup, you really don't have a backup for your extra points.
New kicker, left-footed kicker. That was actually Peterson, who just scored the touchdown. Came on for the extra point. He's able to knock it through.
Must have told the coach, hey, I can kick too. Give me a shot.
You don't see a left-footed kicker too often.
No, you don't.
Well, still 11 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Now I think we're in the fourth quarter. We get into running time. So State High School League has that rule when I think it's 35 points or more, the clock will run. And the only time it will stop is if there's an injury or timeout or a touchdown.
Okay. So, of course, clock is stopped now after the touchdown. Pirates will have another crack at it. 11 more minutes to try to get a touchdown here in Barnesville. They had the lead in this game, believe it or not, back at the beginning of the first quarter.
Yeah, they scored first.
Barnesville fumbled on their opening possession. Crookston took over at the Barnesville 12. Mustered up 3 points, and that's been all they could do so far.
New kicker.
Barnesville kicking off. Number 73 on the kick, Timothy Wells.
Tim Wells coming in to kick off here for Barnesville.
D tackle. Gonna line up and put her down there.
That's a good boot downfield. Bull will field it at the 15. And he's brought back all the way to the 20. Now Wells should have been kicking off the whole game here.
Yeah, it was a great kick. Good height. Put her down at about the 15-yard line. So special teams guys, second teamers got a chance to go down there and make a play. Also, what you're noticing is the starters are there to welcome those guys when they come off the field. So it's a team effort.
They still got a long way to go. 3 more wins to get to the state championship. That new quarterback in here for Crookston. On 1st and 10. Hand off on the inside. That quarterback is Tegan Lubinsky. 5'10", 180-pound sophomore.
Yeah, now he gets a chance to run behind their starting lineup, so I'm sure Coach Lebarski is saying, okay, this kid could be our next quarterback next year. Let's give him some time so he can learn how to run our offense with our starting line in front of him.
2nd and 10, Crookston.
Wide receivers, still that starting core. Geis is still back there as well. This is another one on the ground. Antonio Romero with his first carry. Could pick up a 3 yards.
A lot of different kids getting their chance to get in on and play on this dome. So great experience for all of them.
Want to get everybody in there. It's cool to play for some hardware, but it's also neat to be in a venue like this. Don't get to play like that every week.
We'll try to check the names as they go through. It's a little bit hard sometimes when you're seeing second stringers in there and a lot of people coming in and out. Hopefully we'll get their names and get their names right.
Now rolling out Lubinsky. Will fire this one just a little bit off the mark. Trying to find Ryan Abel.
Incomplete, intended for 15, Ryan Abel.
That'll bring up 4th and 7.
33 on
The punt unit will come out here for Crookston.
Yeah, good coverage by Avery Schroeder out there. He stayed with his man and stopped that. Looks like we're going to punt the football.
Jake Erickson in punt formation.
Dawson Gregg to return.
Dawson Gregg, 8 to receive.
Angled punt here, caught by Gregg.
Oh, good stick. Bowles came down there and made a play. Oh, excuse me, it wasn't Bowl, number 88.
Antonio Romero.
Romero, his name's come up a lot.
Hey, coming around here in the second half.
He's made some good plays, so good for him.
So the Barnesville offense will take over 1st and 10 from the 48.
Paul Green still in quarterback.
To imagine on a team like Barnesville and the scores that they put up throughout the season, Matt, a lot of them blowouts throughout the year, and a lot of these younger guys who maybe get a lot of JV time and probably get a lot of time on varsity as well towards the later part of the game. Green to carry this one, leaps over a guy. There's a flag down. Jumped right over the top of George Widman.
Gannon Green, 6 quarterback.
Athletic.
There's a flag on the play.
So there's that off-tackle power, pull a backside guard, lead up the hole, fake it with your quarterback, and he boots it out. And, of course, this kid, he loves to run, so I'll boot it, coach, and I'm going to keep it.
It's got Bredman, the junior, Green, the sophomore. Barnesville's going to be sitting just fine at that quarterback spot for a while.
This kid's lightning with his legs.
After the flag, they'll have it at 2nd and 15 here. Inside handoff that time.
Inside trap play.
Hunter Belilli, his first carry.
Carter Coyne, 7 on the stop.
That'll get him up. 2nd and 16 here on the 42-yard line.
I think this is the first time we've seen Barnesville in negative yards.
Yeah, haven't seen a lot of flags on them, especially offensively. Major Ness comes into the backfield for the first time. On the keeper for Green, he's caught up in the backfield. That's another loss for Barnesville.
Quit again. That's a couple times they've tried to run that way. Last time was a quick pitch. He stuffed that one, and this time the quarterback just tried to run a straight, let's take off and go, and
well, it sounds like
stuffed that one up too.
Him and Major Ness were in some miscommunication there right after the play, and thought that would be a little option to the right side. Well, 3rd and 18 from the 40 here for the Trojans. Leading by 53. Green to keep. See if he can get the edge. Good stiff arm. Spins away from another one. And he's able to get his way forward for 4 yards. But flags come in.
There's a flag on the play.
And Green's down.
Yeah, that's a late hit there.
Well, hopefully he'll be okay. That's a tough one to take. Green just getting some reps here in the second half. Playing really well.
Yeah, he's done a nice job, Sue, in there. And his first pass wasn't the best one, but after that, he's done a really nice job.
So that's an automatic first down here for Barnesville. Stops the clock at 6:16 running time here in the fourth quarter.
Here comes Riddle in for you. You remember you said you had another quarterback's about 6'4"?
Owen Riddle comes in. When we covered them earlier this year, Riddle was the quarterback that came in when they needed to throw the ball deep downfield.
41 of Crookston.
I didn't see him on the sideline. He's a hard body to miss, 6'4". So he'll be under center. Riddle keeps it, trying to sneak out to the outside. He's powered down. Ethan Bowl back there.
Number 9, Owen Riddle on the quarterback keeper.
Fake the dive and try to get to the perimeter. I think he really wanted to get into that off tackle spot, but got blown up pretty good by the tackle over there for Crookston. So loss of yards on that play.
Second and 14.
Owen Riddle, the senior for Barnesville, make another trip to the state tournament here, just 5 minutes away. Quick toss. Major Ness now cutting up field. Nice little jump and jive there. Pickup of 8 yards.
Well, quick pitch.
Stop by 12.
Go back to, as I talked to you about before, Andy McCarty offense. He ran dead T quick pitch and awfully quick there. He just turned and snapped that ball out there and let that running back run and pull the tackle and make it go. So I always, when I see that, I think of Andy McCarty.
Well, 3rd and 5 here for the Trojans. Riddle, option, will take it himself, right up the middle, big hole. Gets down to the 25-yard line. 11-yard pickup.
Keeper down to the 26.
They've been really effective with that play all night. This time Riddle did it. Little patience, let it open up, and then dart in there and got the first down.
15 Ryan Abel on the stop.
Now Bullgreen comes back in.
It's good to see him back in.
Just vacated the last couple of plays. .348 still running on the fourth quarter here in this Section 8 2A championship. Keep it on the ground. This one's for Aiden Huck, his first carry.
Aiden Huck, 8 on the carry. Down to the 24. Stop made.
Pickup of 2 yards there.
Yeah, just again, off tackle power, something they've been doing all night long. Doesn't matter if it's the first string offense or this maybe even their third string offense. They're running the same plays that the first stringers ran and having some success with each one of them.
Chewing off a lot of clock here. Of course, running time in the fourth quarter. See if they can make one more charge to the end zone.
Crookston still sitting in that 5 type, check down hard.
There's a fumble on the ground. Bullgreen, I think, was able to jump on top of it. He did come away with it, so it's still Trojan football.
Recovered by Barnesville. Brings up a 3rd down and 9.
Third and 9 coming up here. Well, these guys really getting their reps in on offense, that's for sure.
Probably going to run that power off tackle and bootleg it.
Here's the option. Pitch out to Ness. Cutting up field. Has space on the right side. Ness. Oh, he stepped out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Major Ness.
Major Ness almost had a touchdown in the Fargo Dome.
And he's a 9th grader, so they got some speed coming.
Well, mighty close. Good eyes by that referee.
First down, it'll be first and goal Trojans.
Officially spot him down at the 5, so first and goal here.
They're just going to run the clock out. Victory formation.
Taking the knee.
Number 6. Cannon Bullgreen takes the knee.
Cannon Bullgreen. Have to do it at least one more time here.
There you go. I got to give a shout out to a good friend of mine that was a teach for me. He's overcoming kidney cancer from Barnesville, Wayne Emerson. I know he's watching. Hey, best of luck to you guys out there, Emmer, and keep the fight going.
I second that one. Yeah, well, at least he was able to watch a good Barnesville win here.
Announcement for the Barnesville fans. There will be a welcome.
He lives just to the east of the football field. He's got football stands out in his lot in the back there where everybody comes and watches the game. He's a Trojan through and through.
That'll be your final play.
Well, that will do it. Barnesville takes away the win. They're the Section 8-2A champions. Chalk it up. Another trip to the state tournament coming up for Barnesville. Crookston, a hard-fought game. But Barnesville just too much to handle. They're the section champions. They're the last game inside of the Fargo Dome. We'll wrap things up here on WDA Extra. That's coming up next. Barnesville, the Section 8-2A champions here inside of the Fargo Dome on WDAY Extra. A 56-3 win over Crookston. So they continue their journeys to the state tournament. Lost in the quarterfinals in 2017, runners-up in 2018, state semifinalist in 19 and 21. See if they can win a championship this year. I think they got a good squad to do it.
Absolutely. They've proven themselves last few years that they're as good a football team as there is in the state of Minnesota at the 2A level, and probably at the 3A level too. But they're really a good football team. So best of luck to them as they continue to go on in their march to try to get a state tournament.
As for the other side, Crookston, they wrap up the year 5-6, but a really good year for the Crookston Pirates. Would imagine they're probably making another trek, a couple more treks to the Fargo Dome in years to come.
Yeah, Nate Labarski has got the program headed in the right direction. They've done a lot of good things this year, had some good wins, and to get into this venue here and play for a section title, and although you're not winning it, you got to feel real happy without getting your team here.
So Barnesville moves to 10-0, and that will do it for our 2 days of football up and down the board. It's been a lot of fun for Minnesota section football and also North Dakota football. Coming up next week, we have the Dakota Bowl here inside of the Fargo Dome. That will be on WDAY, so be sure to stick around for that. That's games over on the North Dakota side of things. So big congratulations for Crookston on the Section 8-2A runner-up, and a big congratulations to Barnesville, the champions of Section 8-2A, making another trip over to the state tournament. For Craig Anderson, I'm Sam Getzinger and the rest of our crew. Thank you so much for joining us throughout the last 2 days. Have a great rest of your night.